10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, new stream, new day, right? New day, new stream. Hey man, last night was kind of wild. Last night was kind of wild. We almost got away with it. We almost got away with it. We did. We did. If you missed it last night, you missed out, because we started watching the new Alien Romulus movie, and next thing I knew, we were kicked off YouTube for a few minutes. So it is what it is. I thought that was kind of funny though, that I could watch a stolen video on YouTube, but I couldn't stream it with me talking over top of it. That they block within 30 seconds, but I can sure as hell watch it. Isn't that some shit, Gavin? So I'm streaming, but still, I thought that was funny. Alien Romulus is free on YouTube. It's a stolen version of the movie, right? I can watch it with no problem. But I tried streaming it last night because one of my viewers thought that it would be fun to watch. So I put it on, and I still had my camera on, so you could still see me. I was still commentating over top of it. Within 30 seconds, the video was blocked globally. Hang on, let me mute myself. All right, so here we are in South Africa. Mango Airlines, from what I understand, they got absorbed into South African Airways, so you will never see this flight ever again unless you're watching it here. So let's get started. So I did connect the jetway. Go ahead and pull in our flight information here. We can get our fuel totals put in. All right, so our block of fuel is going to be 20,568. So let's do all this right now. Come back down yonder. Bit of fuel. All right, we'll leave that. We'll leave that how it is. And then payload we'll set as empty as well. There we go. Now let's go to ground services. Let's request the fuel truck. And we need 20,000. Say 20,000. Well, we'll do 20,568. See how close they get to it. Okay, and let's actually turn the airplane on so the fuel can start reading. Put on our battery. Put on our ground power. Let's put on some lights. Put our APU on. Come back on this side. We'll do our setups over here. Ground services. Alright, very good. We can start fueling. Alright, and what do we have as far as passengers? Let's see here. We have 111 and 5.6 for cargo. Let's do 111. Door's probably not open. Yep. That's why we couldn't load new passengers. Go. And what did our cargo say? It was 5.6, I think is what it said. So let's do 2,200 back here. And 3,400 back here. I think it said 5.6. Yep, it sure did. Let's get our coordinates here so we know what we're looking at when we align our navigation. South 2602. All right, let's start aligning the nav. Yep, still 2204 for the Eric. Eric. Yeah, see, this looks correct. Let's copy that. Let's paste that up. Very good. Bit of route. Flight plan request. Now you can, pull in the payload data and the fuel data as well if you want, but then we wouldn't have all these trucks near us. Oh, they changed the color of them a little bit. That's cool. I don't recall them ever being PMDG trucks. That's pretty cool. I like that. Every time I remember seeing it in the past, it was just a standard looking truck. It didn't have their logo and anything on it. So let's set our route. But yeah, if you don't want to go through the motions of doing what we're doing here, one way of setting it is the same as the 777. You just click on the select fuel, set payload, those buttons there. Let's do route. Custom light set. Click load. This truck is still going. All right, let's activate this. Oh, and I built this on SimBrief. I used that 2204 Eric. I didn't leave the most up-to-date one. That way we'd have a fighting chance of being able to pull in the data instead of having to type it all in manually. Let's go get our takeoff and our landing. And check out our route. Okay, so Ragu D, and we're using runway 03 left. How are we doing? I thought we were using 13 left. Let me look. Go back up top here. I mean, it doesn't really make a big difference, but I could have sworn we were using 3 left for takeoff. Oh no, we're using 21 right. Look at that. Okay, that works. And what is our METAR, by the way? Departure 20 is 3012. Okay. Set that now. 3012. Let's put the APU generators on. So let's go down here now. Let's go to departure. And we have 21 right. We have Ragu. That's done. Then for our next trick, do our arrival. So we're going to be doing little cut and paste here. We're going to try to do this RNAV landing. And Auckland's going to be our connect point. And Berto 1B. Okay, now let's go to legs. And I need to go from CTV 30 right to Auckland. So let's grab Auckland and put it right underneath. Save that. That should complete our route. Let me plug it into the flight plan here. Right, fuel we can release. That's done. We can release these two. You can see them from the windows. You sure can. Yeah, it's pretty cool how it says PMDG. I like that. I mean, I know I said that before, but I'm saying it again. I'm allowed to say what I want, especially in my house. You can say what you want to in your house. I'm gonna say what I want to in my house. All right, let's put this on flight plan and let's step through this. Pretty simple flight plan. Yep, looks good to me. All right, let's put this back on regular mode. Let's finish getting this set up here so we can pull in all of our weights and fuels and all that. All right, so this is done. And passengers are done. Excellent. All right, let's remove the jetway. Let's release the ground power. All right, very good. Let's bring in our RTE data. Sometimes this doesn't load for a little bit. It is what it is. Like, I've noticed that I can't really pull the descent winds in until I'm flying, but you know, it's no big deal. If it pulls in, it pulls in. It doesn't pull in the same way as the 777 visually here. At first, you know, in the 777, you can do it on the ground. Like right now, while we're setting everything up, and at least on Xbox, the 737 umbrella of airplanes that PMDG has, you know, the 736 all the way up to the 739. It seems like they all operate the same way, where you can request it on ground, but it doesn't really pull in. All right, let's request our performance initialization. Load that in. Let's load that in. Let's click execute. Enable 250 knots at CTV. All right, let's check that out first. Okay, so we'll do 240. And 81. 3. Do 240. 4500A. There we go. That should fix all that mess now. Back here, let's put in our flight plan fuel and do our performance calculations. Let's see how much fuel they say we're going to use. I love being able to just grab the screen and drag it up and down. That makes such a big difference. Right, 20.1. We are just about ready for takeoff. Let's do our performance calculations here. Now, if you don't have access to a tablet like this, you know, for some reason, if you're flying an airplane that doesn't have it, SimBrief has the capability with almost every airport to calculate takeoff and landing speeds and N1 figures and all the V speeds and all that. So they have a really good system for that. All right, so at takeoff we have 46. Regular takeoff, we have 46. Go to takeoff. Go to second page first. We have a slope of 0.41. So since that's a positive number, we're going to do U for up. U 0.41. Way wind is 130 by 8. flaps 5. Bring in our center of gravity. And here's our V-speed. Alright, let's go ahead now and close up shop. Oh, we already did. Very good. Let's remove the chocks. Clean up the up top here. This will be well dampener. This will position. Alright, very good. That's done. Let's put our panel on here. Arm the emergency lights. Seat belts. Other sign. 38,000 in here. I'm going to be switching to my flight stick here in a moment. This initial setup is much easier with my controller. Alright, let's back up. We need to go nose to the left, I believe.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our right. Copy that. Ready to push. Tail to the right. Parking brakes release, please. Brakes released. Brakes released. Here we go.
Oh, the door's still open. Damn. Flight attendants. Come on, girls. Get your ass together, girl. Now close up shop. Can't be flying with the door open. I hope we can close it. Maybe we have to wait until we're done moving. I was going to start one of the engines, but I'm not going to do it now. Wait till we're stopped.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please. Brake set.
Chocks might have to be in. Let's put the chocks back in. See if I can close the door now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, very good. Let's remove the chocks again so we can actually move. All that is done. Go to our performance page here. We'll put legs here. Let's get the airplane fired up. Fired up. Oops. Oopsie. Boy, this is definitely not the same as the 777. My goodness. You can't even hear these engines kicking on. Oh, wait a minute. I think I hear something. Maybe not. Maybe it's just my imagination. Just my imagination. Once again. Running away with me. That was a good song. I think that was Smokey Robinson, I think. And it was just my imagination. You can kind of hear the engines kicking on a bit. Not real well. I do have live weather and live time. I believe the time is live. But I chose that. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go back up front. We got to get ready and get our light stick connected here in a moment. Everything else looks good down here. Put our flaps down. That's all done. Let's reconfirm our V speeds. So we now have 143. Program that up here. All right, all that is done. Put our RTO brakes on, and we are good. Let me just switch to the flight stick, and we'll get out of here. I have 8 very good seats for our passengers to look out of the window from. It's amazing. We bought 8 tickets for this flight, and every single ticket was a window seat. It was the most amazing thing ever. It's crazy. I love it. I love that we have window seats. All right, get this bad boy right here. Hello, buddy. Hello. All right, let's pause the menu. Let's turn this controller off. Let's plug you in. Doubt there's any kind of software update. We won't worry about that a whole lot. We may have to redo our flaps, possibly. Oh no, oh no, no. Let's make sure it says 738. Yep, it sure do. All right. I just heard the flaps move. All right, very good. All right, let's go taxi out. Put our taxi lights on. Oh, we never put the generators on. That would help. Let's get some air cycling again. Wheel well light. And taxi light. We can now turn off the APU as well. Very good. All right, let's go. I did a little test flight last night with this airplane. This has been a while since I flew it, and I have a screenshot. But we did have a Canadian Air regional. I wanted to say it was the de Havilland Caribou. It looked like, or it could have been the Dash 7. I didn't get close enough to it to really see it, but sure enough, there was a Canada Air little propeller plane sitting here last night. I would love to know how it made a flight from Canada to South Africa in that little plane. Like, curious, like what the story is behind it. Where did they stop? And where were their layovers at to get fuel and maintenance if needed? We are on the way. There are always cars in front of me. They love playing chicken. They love it. Come on. I think I can take you. No. Stay away from me, truck. I've always wanted to do a flight with this mango livery. I think it's one of the cool liveries that I've seen on these, big jets. If you're on Kick, welcome. I've been using Kick as well as YouTube, but I'm fairly new to Kick. I've only done a few times I've been on Kick. I like the platform a lot. It's very easy to use. I like it. It's a cool site. I like it. But if you're on Kick, welcome. We tried doing this last night, but if you missed the story, I will repeat it one more time. So we started out doing this flight last night, and one of our regulars, Mr. Bobby from, I think he's from Canada. Anyway, that doesn't matter where he's from. But we started talking about the Alien Romulus movie and how it was free on YouTube all day yesterday. So we were like, well, why don't we just not do the flight and just watch the movie? Great idea. So I started streaming the movie. I had my camera on in the corner like I usually do, and I was talking over top of it. We did not get past the opening credits before it was already blocked. Like, within about 30 seconds, I got a message from YouTube saying that there's a content ID match. And then a few seconds after that, it was blocked. I was like, oh shit, I don't want to do the flight now. So we just did a little farming simulator and just kind of hung out for a few minutes. I do like the new farming simulator a bit. I don't know if it's really worth, I don't think it's worth the money at the stage it's at. You don't really get a whole lot more than FS19 or FS22 in my opinion. You really don't. Not for the amount they're charging. Like, there's barely any mods available right now. The maps are glitchy. The textures aren't great. When it's working, it's really nice. Like, you can definitely see an improvement with the visuals and the sounds of the trucks and all that and the farming equipment. I just would love to see one day where somebody made a farming simulator close to this level, you know, where you can actually go into the different tractors and turn on, you know, like flip all the switches and interact with the screens and like we're doing now. That would be awesome if they could do that. I'm sure there's a way. I mean, they have the trucking simulator. I mean, they have simulators for everything. There's got to be someone out there that can do that. If it's not going to be Giants, you know, then let somebody else step up and give it a try for a few minutes. All right, got that. Go ahead and traffic and data. Let's put GigaChad on. All right, you're on that duty, buddy. Let's get our put you on continuous. I believe we're ready to go. Arm our auto throttle. All right, let's get out of here. Release the parking brake. Now, I usually engage the autopilot pretty quickly so we can like watch the scenery and the takeoff and all that. I don't know if I'm going to do that today or not. We might fly a little bit manually, but we'll see. Oh, my brake was released. Oh, it's not released. Oh shit, let me do my trim real quick. What is our trim? 4.52. Oh, come on. Go the right way. Thank you. I was like, man, I don't want to connect my controller again just to do this. All right, that's good. All right, now let's release the brake. I didn't realize that it would. Interesting. I didn't realize it would do that. I could have sworn I heard the reversers come on. I didn't think that I had that programmed with the flight stick. I thought it just stopped at idle. Right? It's your world. Let's go. Oh shit, the clock. Woo!
Your speed alive.
We almost had to restart. Almost forgot about that clock. I know Captain Chicago would not be happy about that. He would be most displeased.
V1. Rotate. E2. Positive rate of climb.
You're up. All right, autopilot's engaged. Let me set standard pressure. And let's go back and watch the magic happen. Oops. This is a really cool flight with the ground visuals. You know, we're leaving a highly populated area. We fly over a bunch of land that is really doesn't seem like it's civilized that like this. You know, I mean, there might be some houses out there, but it's very barren looking. And then we pass by these huge mountains, and then right after those mountains is Cape Town. Bam, right in front of you. Pretty cool. Pretty cool flight. There's some huge mountains that's going to be off on the left side. What's that, the port side? Or is that starboard? I forget. Let me look that up. I thought port was the right side. What side is port? But port's the left side. I was close. I had a 50-50 chance of being right. I guess I was wrong. Oh well. Never claimed to be the smartest person, that's for sure. And this wind is beating up my airplane. Look at that. Once we get up to our cruising altitude, we'll activate the sim rate increase that is built in by PMDG, which is an excellent system. It slows down at the waypoint, gets you through the waypoint, and then speeds you back up to, I have it set for 8x. But you can have it go all the way to 16x, which is, I've never tried it in this airplane, but we have gone 50x before, which I thought was going to break the simulator. We were in the Dark Star. This is months ago now, and we got to Mach 10, and then we increased the speed of the sim 5 times. Hit the button, so it was 10 times, faster than normal at Mach 10. I'm sorry, it was 5 times faster than normal. So we were essentially going like, you know, Mach 50. It was crazy. You would see the airplane, then all of a sudden the airplane would go away and it would just be left on whatever atmosphere you were looking at. And a couple seconds later, it would catch back up to the airplane and then do that whole kind of cycle again. I wonder what stadium that is down there. Looks like a stadium right underneath the... right here. Probably not a stadium at all, but from up here it looks like a stadium. All right, let's check out things. And everything looks okay. And when we get ready to start our approach, we're gonna change the way this whole heads-up display looks. We're gonna change it from the mode that it's in now into, probably gonna change it into visual mode. We might do instrument mode, but more than likely it's gonna be visual mode. That really gets rid of a lot of the clutter. It's very open at that point. There's not a whole lot of pieces moving. It's really just what you need for landing. I like it. I like changing it. I think it helps a lot. For me personally, I think it helps. You might not like it. You might just want to keep it the way that you have it. Let's look at our departure here that we're doing. All right, so we are almost done. Almost done with our departure. Hey man, we can just kind of go back and chill at this point. So once we get up to altitude, we'll click on the clock, increase the speed. Maybe I should put some music on. Did I put some music on? Maybe I will. It's a good morning for music. Let me get the cable out so I can do that. There you are. There, I gotta undo the wire. Got it all. I bought these ties. These Velcro ties. I bought a pack for like 10 bucks on Amazon. There's hundreds of them in this pack. I think I've only used like 30. I just keep on reusing the same one. I mean, I have a lot of cables I've wrapped up, but it's a pretty good deal for just what was it, 10 bucks, something like that. I'd buy that for it up. Okay, that's good. Make sure the volume isn't too loud. Let's go back to the YouTubes. And let's find some music to put on. Oh, we could listen to Joe Rogan's reaction to the Jake Paul fight. Let's see what he...
But you know, you got to take that payday. I mean, what did he make out of that fight? He probably made $10 million or something.
Yeah. And Jake,
He's perfectly capable of knocking him out.
He is perfect.
And I watched the progression of who he is as a boxer. And
That fight was really disappointing. I don't know if you caught any of that fight.
governs.
Man, that thing was so disappointing.
Want to give him credit?
I would have loved to have seen Stephen A. do that fight.
Tyson fight, stating she.
All right, there's nothing here. This is a bullshit video. It's just clickbait. I hate clickbait videos, man. That really grinds my gears. You know what I mean? What's this Sunday morning jazz? What's up, Sunday morning jazz? We could watch DSP detractor videos. You want to do that? You want to listen to DSP detractor videos while we're flying? Put on a little snort Hogan. Actually, what was that video? DSP detractor segment, not a lolcow anymore. Oh, that's from 6 days ago. Now, I live in America. And I'm all for free speech. I think that's one of the bedrocks of America is free speech. With that being said, I can't believe what I saw last night. So I went to Panera Bread for dinner. And seems like every Saturday night that I've been there, I usually go there twice a month, maybe 3 times a month, and it's usually on Saturdays when I get off of work. And every time I go there, there's usually like 30, 40 people all hanging out playing Magic the Gathering, which I think is a pretty fun Saturday night for a while. I mean, it's pretty cool watching them do this. I've never really personally been into Magic the Gathering, but I know people that are. And anyways, I think Magic the Gathering is fine. But I was, as you know, in Panera, when you're done, you bring your plates and shit up to the trash receptacles, and they got like the different spots for you to put different components of your trash and leftovers and shit. Well, I looked over, and there was a group of people around the table playing a game called Secret Hitler. I was like, what the F is Secret Hitler? Hey, what's up, Jake? What's up, man? I can't believe it. Let me see if I can Google this game real quick, or Bing it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Secret Hitler. Right, Secret Hitler game. Yeah, it's a board game. What's the premises of this game? It's a social destruction game for 5 to 10 people about finding and stopping Hitler and a fascist takeover. Players are secretly divided into 2 teams: the liberals, who have the majority, and the fascists, who are hidden to everyone but each other. If the liberals can learn to trust each other, they have enough votes to control the elections and save the day, but the fascists will say whatever it takes to get elected and advance their agenda and win the game. You know, I'm not like a huge conspiracy theorist, but I think this game could have been made by the same people that made the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I'm looking at the avatar here they have, and it's very Bored Ape-ish, like. Anyways, I saw Secret Hitler. I said, what the hell is that? I didn't say anything to them. I just looked at it and just walked away. But man, yeah, Secret Hitler. It's crazy. Now, let's see where we're at here. Oh no, you. Yeah, Jake, we tried watching Alien Romulus live last night, and within about 30 seconds, YouTube blocked the stream globally. Now, it was free on YouTube yesterday. You could watch it for free, a torrent version of the movie. So I was like, well, if it's already out there, let's watch it. Yeah, Bobby and I were hanging out watching it, and within about 30 seconds, they took it down. I was like, man, that was quick. Like, it was a stolen video, though. They shouldn't be taking down a stolen video. Not for me. Take it down from them. What I was doing a public service announcement for YouTube last night. I was showing them that there's stolen video out there, and we were gonna review the stolen video as we were watching. I was trying to help YouTube last night. I forgot to lock my gear. All right, I don't know if I can get down with this music this morning. Find something else. Wow, first wash in 45 years. Barn find Corvette. Wow. Yeah, that Alien Romulus movie is a pretty good movie. If you guys haven't seen that movie yet, it's... I would venture to say it's... I mean, it's definitely way better than Resurrection and Alien 3. That much is for sure. Is it as good as the first two? It's got a lot more lore in it than the first two did, which is understandable. I mean, there's 40 years of content to be able to be jammed into this movie now, but it was a good movie. I really liked it a lot. I'm gonna watch it again when I'm done this, probably. Yeah, I wound up buying it yesterday. I shouldn't have spent the money on it. It was 20 bucks, but you know what? I was planning on seeing it in theaters anyways. I never got around to it. I would have spent well more than that in the theater. Yeah, it's a good movie. Actors are pretty good in it, and it's got a cool premise behind it. I don't want to blow it for anybody in case you haven't spent the money to rent it or buy it, because even renting it was like renting it when it first came out on Prime was $30 to rent the video. That shit is crazy. Who the hell is going to spend $30 to rent a movie? Now, if you could rent it for like 3 months, that would probably be okay, but no, you have 48 hours to watch it. I saw it was on sale for 20 yesterday, and then yesterday when the torrent versions went away on YouTube, and I had no choice. I had to buy it. But I think the director of this movie, if he was to go off the graphic novels and do like the Alien Earth Wars, which is, those are amazing stories. If there's a way that he can maybe do that, because it'll fit into the Alien timeline. You know, this movie, Romulus, is situated between the first two movies. Now, how they get the alien, I mean, it's a huge MacGuffin. You know, I mean, like, I'm not going to say how they get it, but when you see it, you're going to be like, what? That makes no sense. What? Anyways, but once you get over that, then the rest of the movie, you know, you can kind of suspend your, you know, disbelief at that point. We are almost leveled off. Now, I do have failures turned on, and I have one for every 10 hours, I believe. So there's a possibility we're going to get a failure. We didn't have one. I didn't have one last night when I was doing this test flight. Yeah, after I did the little farming thing last night and I got off stream, I put Alien Romulus back on and then did this flight because, to be honest, I haven't been in the 737 in a long time. You know, before last night. I mean, it is kind of like riding a bike, but still. Whoa, controller. This controller, this light stick has a mind of its own sometimes. You should be able to get ready to go into 8X here. Yeah, we're just about ready to level off. Right, let's put Giga Chad back on flight plan duty. And once we level off, there we go. Let's go ahead and go into sped up mode. There we go. Altitude hold. And we have about 400 miles to descent, so we are good to hang out for probably about, geez, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes before we're ready to descend. I keep this channel playing sometimes in the background while I'm working. I like the music. White Bat Audio, 3-hour cyberpunk industrial dark synthwave mix. Ether/Twitch safe royalty free music. Oh, speaking of Ether, let me look at my crypto. See how we do. See if we're still down for the weekend. Something happened with Mike Tyson and Elon talking on Twitter. Let me see here. Or X. Oh yeah, let me put the link for this in here. Here's the link for the music. I don't know where Giga or Chad are. I don't see anybody next to me in the he might not be with me today. He might still be in the bathroom getting his hair done. He was in there, all kinds of hair gel and hairspray, working it in, and he might have missed the flight. Very possible that Giga Chad is not with us, and Mega Karen's in the back trying to find somebody's manager. Let me see your manager. I want your manager. Oh, we're making a little bit of a comeback this weekend. I should never have sold my Dogecoin back in the day. I had like 1,000. I had like 1,000 shares of it when it was originally like a fraction of a penny. And then I sold it like right after Elon did the SNL appearance because I noticed it starting to go down like really sharply. So I sold it, and I didn't pick it up again until recently because I have a sneaky feeling that Dogecoin, with Elon now being more prevalent socially now, that, you know, now that he's going to be in camera a lot more than he's been because of, you know, his I don't know if he's appointed to anything with the presidency yet, but, you know, he may have a position in the cabinet, but I fully expect Dogecoin to get up to at least over $1 per share, which would make me a fair amount of money. Yep. There was something else I was going to look up just now on my phone. Oh, yeah. The X thing with Mike Tyson. I gave Jake Paul all I had. He's a good fighter. He's a good boxer. I'm still the champ. I'm still the greatest. I don't want to review my phone. Yes, this is still my number. Jesus. All right, let me look up what Mike Tyson said. I'm the greatest of all time. Oh, this is one of those, so Mike Tyson wrote, this is one of those situations when you lost but still won. No. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June. I had 8 blood transfusions. Lost half my blood and 25 pounds in the hospital. Had to get healthy to fight, so I won. I have to see my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of the blah, blah, blah. Okay. Alright. I thought maybe the Elon post was about something else, because it doesn't look like it had to do with Mike Tyson. That was a very disappointing fight, man. I was looking forward to that fight. Would have been great to see him knock the hell out of Jake Paul. Hey, they got little crop circles here too. We must be coming up to a waypoint. Since we slowed down. Hey, they got little circles here too, just like America. Alien landing stations are those circles. That's what I believe. I think they are alien landing zones. We have about just under 300, or is it just over 200? Oh yeah, just under 300 miles left. All right, that's not bad. Yeah, I stayed up late to watch that fight too, because I had to work the next day. Yeah, look at all these crop circles. Look at that. That's just like America. It's got to be for aliens. There's no way there are that many perfect circles around the world. That is fucking nuts. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Yeah, that shit is crazy. It's got to be for alien landing ships. Or maybe there's like a beam of light that comes out of each one and they all meet it. They all converge into one location and opens up a dimensional portal to Other Earth. That would be cool. Other Earth. I'd like to see what Other Earth me looks like. I'd like to see if he's you know, a middle-aged overweight dude playing a fight simulator, or if he's something else. Maybe he's like 6'5" and chiseled. Right out of whatever that gray book is. What the hell was that? And it was even a movie too. I want to keep saying Grey's Anatomy, but I know it's not Grey's Anatomy. 50 Shades of Grey. There you go. I think all this was underwater at one point. That's where a lot of these striations come from, and all this was underwater at some point. I think it'd be really cool to see, like, go up in space and look at Earth above ground, like Earth from space now, and then go back like 2 million years. Or 100 million years. I guarantee you that there were civilizations like us millions of years ago, and it's been wiped from Earth's history. You know, buried miles beneath all this. There's ways they can check that out. I know they have, like out in the Amazon forest, they've been taking these certain infrared type cameras on helicopters and small little planes. Right, exactly. We are in the Matrix. No, they have these infrared type cameras, and they've been actually able to fly over the Amazon, and they can look into the ground. And they've found like whole like civilization size areas, city size areas with waterways and sewer systems and underground, miles beneath the Amazon. I guess that would have been the Incan or the Mayan, probably. I'm not great with that culture. I think Peru was Mayan, so I think Amazon would probably be Incan, maybe, but you know what I'm getting at. I think you know. Y'all are pretty smart people. Yeah, I have a hard time believing that there's nothing out there except for us. I mean, everything you see in the sky is pretty much a star, which is a galaxy. I mean, there's billions of galaxies. There's got to be something besides us. All right, let's see where we're at here. We have 140 miles left. Grab our... Okay, well, you're in school, so you might know more than me. Because it's been a while since I've studied astronomy, but I could have sworn that every star is a galaxy. Or a solar system, actually. Every star is a solar system. Not so much a galaxy, but maybe a solar system. Either way. Oh, I've seen the Milky Way, and I've seen the Andromeda galaxy too. Yeah, we have a telescope. I don't have it down here, but yeah, we go star watching out in the field behind us every once in a while. We have a very low amount of light filtration at night. It's almost pitch black, so we can get a pretty good view of the night. Yeah, I think we just kind of stumbled on it. It wasn't like anything we planned. We were looking at the moon one night years ago, and we looked over and we saw this, and we were like, damn, that kind of looks like the Andromeda galaxy. So we looked it up on Google, and sure enough. All right, we got our descent in. Got 100 and some miles until we descend. That's good. We'll set up our heads-up display a little bit later. As we're actually descending, we'll set that up. But yeah, we don't have that much longer until we're going to start descending. I'll leave on the speed increase here for maybe another minute at the most. It's really cool colors here. I wonder if this is kind of similar to what it looks like above it, like in real life, if it looks similar to this. I know the coloring is going to be different, but I'm wondering if it's similar to this, because this is really cool looking. So when I landed this plane last night, I had a minus 41 feet per minute. Now, I floated the landing quite a bit. Like, I landed in the middle of the runway, but I just wanted to see how soft I could land. I tried to take a screenshot, but every time I tried to with the flight stick, I would get this. And then I would go back and choose, you know, capture screenshot, and all it did was capture the pause menu. I was like, shit. So then I got my controller connected real quick, my Xbox controller, trying to take it at that point. But by the time I got it connected, it went away. So you'll just have to take my word for it. I would never lie to you. I would never lie to you. Whoever's watching. I would never lie. Not me. All right, let's go back up front. We should probably turn off the speed increase. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. Light stick's giving me some problems today with the camera. What's that supposed to do, Bobby? All right, let's turn that off. Let's put it in 21,000 and then activate VNAV. We're doing this a little bit early, but it's okay. Oh yeah, Alright, so we got about 65 miles to descent. And let's go get our charts together for landing. Have arrival. We are doing, I believe it's 1B. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? I just want you to know I did push the clock button. I pushed it almost immediately as we started rolling. I was a couple seconds late, so I apologize. I apologize for being a little late with the button. My bad. All right, this is our landing today, the RNAV Z. And I believe we're doing 1B. Me. Look at our flight plan here. Yep, 1B. Yeah, no problem. Take your time. We're not going anywhere. How's your morning doing so far, Chicago? You doing all right? You missed us getting kicked off stream last night. We got kicked off YouTube for a little bit last night, trying to stream a stolen movie. I didn't steal it. Somebody else stole it. I was just restreaming it. Ooh, fried eggs. Damn. I need to fly to Chicago. Let me turn this airplane around. All right, let me set the heads-up display. So we have 148 and 10505. Let's program the heads-up display for landing. Let's put it in visual mode. And the runway is 148 feet tall. And it is 10,505 long. All right, so that should put our reticle right on the sweet spot. All right, we have about 40 some miles left. All right, let's get rid of this. We're gonna update that as we go along. This side here would be where the really huge mountains are when we get ready to get into Cape Town. They're massive. We fly pretty close to them. Yeah, last night, so since there's a couple of new folks watching now, so last night we started doing this flight, and it was just Bobby and I in here at the time, and I was talking about Alien Romulus. I was watching it a bit yesterday off and on while I was working. I had it in the background, but it was free on YouTube all day yesterday. There was a few different channels that had it for free. Now, it was a stolen version of the movie. It wasn't like, you know, it was a torrent version, which, hey, it is what it is. So I was like, well, let's watch it. So I put it on stream last night, and I had my camera on, just like now, where I'm commentating and, you know, bullshitting around. And within about 30 seconds, we didn't even get past the opening part where it just shows the different companies that made the movie. It's great. It's awesome. Yeah, I wound up buying it yesterday for 20 bucks because I liked it that much. But anyway, so we just started it, and within about 30 seconds I get a message from YouTube on my stream saying that, you know, I've been copyright ID or whatever bullshit. So I was like, I don't care. I'm not monetized anyway, so whatever. Then about 30 seconds after that, I got another message saying that my stream is now blocked because I was, you know, because I didn't own the content that I was streaming. So I can't stream a stolen movie, but somebody else can put it online and they don't take it down. Like, how did they not take it down immediately? And there's been thousands of views, but the handful of people that were watching last night, they take it down. It's a conspiracy, I'm telling you. They're after me. They're on to me. I don't want to give anything away of the movie, but it was awesome. The acting is really good. The plot, you have to suspend your disbelief for a little bit in the very beginning, because how they get the alien, I don't buy it. But after that part, the movie was great, and I think it really sets up a good movie after, like a sequel to this, where you have the alien Earth Wars like they have in the comic books, in the graphic novels. If you haven't read those Alien Earth War graphic novels or listened to them, there's a channel on YouTube that streams it. He narrates it and has the images from the book and all that up. It's did a really good job with it. I think it's called Alien Theory, I think is the name of the channel. But yeah, the Alien Earth Wars is great. If they and the way they made Earth look, well, it wasn't Earth where they were at. They were on a different system at first. But anyways, yeah, if they could make that happen, that would be awesome. Yeah, man, it's definitely worth the money, I think. I didn't want to buy it when it was 30, but when it dropped to 20, I was like, I was gonna see it in the theater, and I just never got around to it, so I would have spent that money anyways. Easily going to a movie theater nowadays, but yeah, it's a good movie. It takes place, the timeline of this movie is right in between the first and the second Alien movie. It takes place about 15 years after the first movie. All right, we should start descending. I don't need to adjust the required navigation performance for a while. We need to adjust that to 0.3 as we get a little closer. I do know that our decision height is 343. You can put that in. And I want to say the VREF was like, I'm going to just put a number in for now. I'll change it as we get a little closer if I need to. Right, 40 times 40 divided by let's do 138 for now. We'll switch it if we need to. Let's put you on page 4. Yeah, I couldn't believe they took the stream down that quickly. That was nuts. I had a feeling it was going to take it down at some point, but I did not expect it to get taken down so quickly. That was nuts. All right, I do know our course is 190. I just did this landing last night, so I did this flight last night while I was watching the movie, and then I did a little farming afterwards. Farming Simulator 25, which is a pretty good game. It's got a lot of potential. It's just kind of broken right now. It's very glitchy. The textures on the ground. You know, it's very choppy sometimes, the game. And all right, so we started our descent. That's good. What is... $115.7. That's all set. You have 190. All right, very good. I don't know why this flight stick is having some issues today with the camera. It like wants to move after I put it in place. It's something's going on with it. I don't know if it's with the mouse. Can't be with the mouse. Wonder if it needs to be recalibrated, or maybe there's an update I need to do with the... See how it's just moving around? Like, I'm not touching anything. It's just doing it on its own. That I'm doing. But like the side-to-side stuff, it's weird. Like every once in a while, it'll just start spinning. Let me see if it needs an update. Try turning the dead zone up. Okay. Oh, well, hang on. Let me just see if this needs an update at all, and then I'll do that. Right. And where is my flight stick at? To flight stick. Where is you? There you are, flight stick. Firmware version. Oh, it's up to date. You said dead zone? Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'll put it up to like 5 and see if that helps at all. It's not a huge deal. It's just odd that it just started doing this today. I don't recall it doing it last night. Mango Airlines. I've never heard of them before until I bought this airplane. I tell you, buying all these different liveries has given me a lot of material to research, because some of these I've never heard of before in my life. Cello Aviation and Cobham. Like, there's some that I just never heard of. I look it up and I'm like, oh, yeah. They got bought up by Braithens, or they got bought up by South Africa. You know, or they got bought out by whoever. See what this channel is. Let me go back to White Bat Audio. I like his channel better. See if I can find a different playlist from him. Well, shit, this one has the alien right on. We gotta watch this. Industrial Synth Metal Playlist. Okay. What you sound like? Oh, no. Too early in the morning for that. We'll just put the jazz channel back on. Here, this is good landing music. Let's drop this down to 15. I want to do something here just to see what it thinks we're gonna. Yeah, it's a cool livery. I do like the orange as well. I think orange on airplanes looks pretty good. Let's see what it thinks we're going to be at. So we'll be right around 8,000 feet is what it's calculating right now. That's good. That's real good. See, it's so strange. You can hear the click of the controller, right? You just heard it. But when I was not streaming last night and I was adjusting the filters, couldn't hear it last night. But now that I'm streaming again, I can hear it. It's really strange. Like, I don't know why that happens. I didn't do anything different with my filters. They're still the same. All right, come on, Chad. You gotta monitor the gauges, Chad. You gotta let me know if you see anything, because we do have failures turned on, Chad. So you gotta pay attention. We had the speed brake 3, we can do speed brake 2 probably. So we can do speed brake 2. Still holding at 146. Yes, I know there's no path afterwards. That's because we have the runway right after CT402. At CSV, we should be around 15.8. We're still tracking pretty good for that. The mountain ranges are starting to come up. It's pretty flying over South Africa. I've never really flown over this part of Africa before. I've flown around the southern tip, you know, like around the coastal towns. I've flown in small airplanes and helicopters and shit like that, just having fun. But I've never actually done a flight from here to there like I did today from Johannesburg to Cape Town. Pretty cool looking. Good weather there today, that's for sure. Oh, drags required. Oh, shit. And it was so nice not having to go to work this morning. I did still use my alarm clock so I could wake up and do this, because I would have felt terrible, personally. I would have felt terrible if I didn't do this morning. I said I was going to do it, and I don't like putting it out there that I'm going to do something and then I don't do it. I had that happen a couple of times back in, I think it was September, when we had some stuff going on here that needed my attention at night. But other than that, yeah, I do my best to make sure I hold to do what I say I'm going to do. So set my alarm clock, went to bed at late 30 in the morning, woke up at 8:30, came right downstairs with a smile on my face, and I was like, getting to fly. Yes, I don't need to talk about Medicare this morning. I can actually fly an airplane. Put my feet up. Well, actually, I do put my feet up while I'm working. I bought an ottoman to put under my desk a couple of weeks ago. It's great. Got it on Amazon, and it's the perfect size, and it's a box actually, so it's got storage in it. You just take the top off of it, but it's great. I needed something to put my feet up on while I was working. I didn't want to like put them up on my desk because then I can't type, but now I can have my feet up, still tight, and then when I want to stand up, I move my desk, stand up for a while, and sit back down for a while. Yeah, I do try to stand up as much as I can while I'm working, just because I do sit so long. Seems like forever sometimes how long I'm sitting down for at this job. Not complaining, just talking. Just talking, because I can. Because I can. Yeah, that Secret Hitler game last night, I didn't know that that was a game where you're trying to take Hitler down. I thought it was like I thought it was a different kind of game until I looked it up this morning. Couldn't believe that, man. Throwing my trash at a Panera Bread last night and looked down and see this group of people playing Secret Hitler. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Never heard of that game before. It actually looks like it's an interesting game. It does, like I said earlier, it does look like it was made by a Bored Ape Yacht Club, but that's just a conspiracy theory on my part. I have nothing to prove that. It's just going based on what the avatar looked like. It reminded me of Bored Ape a lot. Now this is a pretty tight landing, so if it goes as planned, excellent. We'll see. I think I had the route constructed correctly. Last night I did not when I was practicing, but this morning I think I have it. I think I have it down right. I had a couple waypoints last night in the flight plan that shouldn't have been there, and it created a little bit of a height issue when I was coming in for landing, so I had to do my normal nosedive. We did get a minus 41, but like I said earlier, I couldn't take a screenshot of it. I tried. I showed you earlier what happened when I pushed the the screen capture button on the flight stick. It just takes me to a different menu. And when I got the other controller connected, the landing info was already gone. But in fairness, I did float the hell out of that airplane. Like, we landed like right in the middle of the runway. Not in the middle, like lined up, like in the middle of how long it is. We were still a little bit off center. This is definitely a fun airplane to fly. I do love me some 737. PMDG makes a very good airplane, that's for sure. We'll adjust our pressure around 7,500 feet. I think my resolution for New Year's, I think it's going to be to stop vaping. I think that's that'll probably be a good thing to stop doing, being that I'm getting older. And it's become really expensive here in Maryland. A lot more expensive than it used to be. They put this new tax. Now it's like 30% more than it used to be. The tax is now, on certain items, it's like 30% more than it used to be, which is crazy. All right, descent is going pretty good. Yeah, here's those mountain ranges I was talking about. Look at these things. Things are so cool. And it's like right over these mountains, it's like the ocean. Pretty wild. It's kind of like how certain parts of California are, but I'd have to look at a topography type map and see the elevation of the peaks. But you know what? It'll probably show on the VFR map here. Hang on. Hey, what up, Keith? It'll probably show on the VFR map. Let me see if that shows up. Okay, so 66, 62, so no, they're not as tall as California. I think the ones in California are like 8 or 10,000 feet, I think. All right, here's the beginning of our arrival. Birdass. Look at the METAR real quick. 2985. So after CTV here, that's where we're going to pick up our initial air fix to get into the landing. Since we don't have a functional ATC, you know, to talk with on Xbox, we just make up our own rules with it. When I get my computer, it'll be a different story when I start using either VATSIM or Say Intentions. It'll probably be Say Intentions at first. I mean, I'm really looking forward to using that AI driven ATC whole thing they have there. I mean, the expo, during the flight expo, when we were watching it, it looked amazing what it could do. All the different dialects and accents and personalities, and it's awesome. So if you were here in the beginning, remember how busy the heads-up display was? Now all that shit is gone. So we got our visual here. This reticle should go right on the sweet spot of the touchdown zone. And then we have all the pertinent information we need for landing. Our distance, our ground speed, wind speed, altitude, angle of attack, autopilot, auto throttle. Need to get ready to adjust our altitude. Got another 1,000 feet roughly. Ooh, we are way high. I think we'll be okay. You think the Steelers are going to do good this weekend, Keith? Well, they got a tough game coming up. Let me see who Steelers are playing this week. I thought they were playing somebody tough. Oh shit! Is it the Ravens? Oh shit! Oh yeah, it is. Oh shit! I didn't know they were playing the Ravens today. Oh boy, that's a tough game for me because I like the Steelers a lot. I mean, I grew up watching the Steelers because we didn't have a team here in Baltimore. Then when we got the Ravens, now I'm kind of torn on like which one to kind of root for now. That's a hard statement to make as a Steelers fan and a Ravens fan because usually you're one or the other. Usually you don't really like the other one. Like usually it's you're a Steelers fan, you hate the Ravens and the Bengals and the Browns and pretty much every other team. And if you like the Ravens, it's pretty much the same way too. All right, let's change our RNP 0.3. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a fun game. I went to a great I think it was a Sunday night game many years ago, maybe 10 years ago now. It was on Thanksgiving. Ravens hosting the Steelers. That was, I remember, right after the second half started, the kickoff on the second half. Our guy was running down the side, and Mike Tomlin somehow tripped him. I don't even remember that supposed tripping incident that Mike Tomlin did. Yeah, I was at that game, and we were so mad when that happened. We were like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, how's he not getting a flag or anything for tripping? That would have been a touchdown. If Mike Tomlin didn't get in the middle of that, that would have been a touchdown for sure. That's good. When I was younger, it was a different story. You know, I was like really like for one team and not the other. But now that I've gotten a little bit older, like it's not that big of a deal as it used to be. Like there's other things I need to worry about now than, you know, my love for Ravens or Steelers or Orioles or Red Sox or whoever. We're doing good here. That's interesting. I didn't expect it to have to get down so low. Arm these. Get you down to there. Good wing flex. Didn't really line us up properly, but that's okay. We'll be okay. Just a simulator.
500.
I'm not sure if I like that increase in the dead zone a whole lot. I may switch that back. Doesn't seem like it affects it a whole lot, but
300. Approaching minimums.
all right, we coming in for landing.
200. Minimums.
See what we can do.
100. 50. 40. 30.
No! No! Oh, son of a bitch.
20. 10.
I can't get it down. That was weird. Like, I couldn't get the airplane down. I wonder if it's because of the dead zone increase. I thought you said hang on a minute, man. Hang on. I thought you said leave the auto throttle on the whole way. Or is that only in the Airbus? Ah. Shit. Hang on one second. Well, I can take off again and we can come in for another landing. We can just program the ILS in and we could try that. Let's do that. Let's just turn around here. We'll go up to like 3,000 feet and we'll come in for a landing. Yeah, because I was trying to get it down and then I wanted the flare, but then when I started doing the flare, we went back up in the air. So turn off auto throttle next time. Got it. All right, let's fly out. We'll go up to about 3,000 feet. We'll program the ILS. We'll spin around and come in again. All right, so all Airbuses, you leave it on. All right, let me park and brake on. Let's get rid of this. Put our flaps back up. Them on 5. Let me get our frequency. One 109.1. And of course, should be about the same 191. Let's program in 3,000 feet. And we have a heading of 11 right now. That's close enough. All right, let's go again.
Airspeed alive.
Thank you, Captain.
80 knots. Positive rate of climb.
Okay. You'll be okay. Let's level out a little bit. Getting some speed. Good enough. All right, let's fly out. We'll make a big U-turn, come on back in and try it one more time and turn the... So when do I turn the auto throttle off? Right, like at 100 feet? Is that about right? I think that's what you mentioned one other time. I should start taking notes, actually, when you start... I try to remember it. Most of the time I do, but every once in a while I get a little mixed up. I do, right? Thanks, Bobby. I will try that. Absolutely. I wish I had time to do it. Morningstar. All right, we can almost start turning around. Actually, I think I have a video to edit today. I think I did a flight with the RJ 100 or the RJ 85. I think I recorded it the other day. I don't remember. I don't remember if I recorded it or not. All right, let's put our speed brakes back on. Oh shit. Thank you, Keith. Yeah, I think about maybe 100 feet over is when I'm gonna do it. Oh, yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I do try to do that. That way, when I disconnect the auto throttle, I don't, like, start taking off again. I got you on that one. We're about 11 miles out. Speed is good. Arm the air brakes again. Might not have left myself enough room to capture the localizer first. Oh yeah, all the way over there. All right, good. We're captured. We will see if it actually corrects our course or not.
2500.
And this thing's got some good handling. It's got some good shoes on it, man. These tires are great. Yeah, I think it's fun. All right, now we're getting lined up. It is. I love flying by hand with these. Absolutely. We're getting ready to in a moment here. All right, I think we're good enough to fly it by hand now. Yeah, I don't have the 6, I just have the 8 here, but right. Yeah, it's one of the best planes to tail strike, that's for sure. That could be. As long as I don't float it. I've been really trying to land soft. But from what I understand, you don't, from what Chicago said, you don't want to land too soft in one of these airplanes. Then you could hydroplane or worse.
1,000.
Stick. Yeah, I'm using my flight stick.
Approaching minimums. Glide slope. Glide minimums.
Oh, please, bitch. Glide slope. Shut up.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Not bad. We'll take it. That was pretty good. It was much easier with the auto throttle turned off. Thank you for that. All right, now we can go and turn our airplane off. This is a handcrafted airport, so we might as well go check it out. I'm not too worried about landing lights or this light or that light. I just want to kind of go around here for a minute and check it out. See if we see any Canadian regional airplanes down here. Something leads me to believe we're going to see one. Ooh, I got a double landing. That's awesome. See y'all beat that. Can y'all get a double landing? I don't see any Canadian. Yeah, right. Yeah, just get the average between them all. That's a big airplane over there, it looks like. I have to use this airport a little bit more. I never really think about flying around South Africa, but it's pretty cool looking. There's an F-28, it looks like. I want to see what this little airplane is down here, and then I'm gonna end things and enjoy my one day off this week. Not that I'm not enjoying it now, but I think y'all understand what I mean. I'll put on Discord in a little bit the picture I took last night of being in Johannesburg and passing a Canada regional little propeller plane. I got one foot up right now. Oh, another F-28. All right, very cool. We're gonna end things here. That was great. That was fun. I'm glad we got a chance to do it. I'm glad I was able to do it. I'm glad y'all were here with me. And I hope y'all have a great Sunday. You might see me later today. Very small possibility, but if we do, it's not going to be flying. Probably going to be farming. But I will check y'all out a little bit later. See you, Bobby. See you, Keith. See you, Chicago. See you, Jake. See everybody else who tuned in today. And that's about it, my friends. Let me get my screen together here so I can make my face. All right. Y'all have a good day. I'll see you either later today, possibly, but definitely Tuesday. See ya.